Good morning, all of you. Today, as you all know, the meeting is on basis on the like implementing the ABC industry has been offered the sales rights to a range of medium and large trucks from an overseas supplier, and the company will expand existing branches to include the sale of medium and large trucks within 12 months. So we are going to discuss on this today. So before starting the meeting, let us introduce ourselves to one another.
Hello, this is Shivansh Chuk and I'm the sales consultant of ABC Industry.
I am Babu Meghani and I am the sales manager.
Good morning, everyone.
I am Gaurav Arber and I am the representative of.
Good morning, this is Akshay Thankal and I'm the medium and large truck supplier. Start.
So the first point of the meeting is developing and communicating information about human resource strategies and services to external and internal stakeholders is important. And like developing and communicating information about human resource strategies and services to internal and external stakeholders is important as strategies are the guideline which will help ABC industry to achieve goal. Like we have set the goal to introduce our trucks, and the communicating helps in clear understanding of the goals and the objectives to the internal and external stakeholders. And communicating information is allowing stakeholders to share their opinions and ideas, which increase interest of stakeholders towards the industry. So, do you have any?
Yes, I think that communication is important as it will build the strong relationship between the stakeholders and the company. As if the company will know, as the stakeholders will know what the company is going to do, then there will surely be a strong relationship.
And apart from that, also build the confidence among employees and also take high challenges in the future.
By communicating, each department will know its role and it will help in achieving the organization's goal.
And it is also helpful for our employees, it will build motivation in them, which is also beneficial for our company.
So, I find your points very convincing. So, we will discuss on the next topic. And the next topic is to develop and negotiate service agreements between the human resource team, service providers, and the client groups. Service level agreement or the SLA is a formal agreement between various parties like client groups, service providers, and human resource team. It is a service agreement which includes service provided by the service providers to these client groups. And components of service SLA is further divided into 5 different categories. The first category is objectives of SLA. And objectives is something organization plan to achieve. The objectives of SLA of ABC is to recruit more employees and provide training to them if needed. Provide different type of facilities and services to the client group and provide quality to the trucks. And the next category is the tasks to completed in SLA. ABC industry has various different type of tasks such as introduction to new staff, service provided to the client, and the handsome remuneration to the employees so as to keep them motivated. Introduction to new staff is done under the guidelines of HR team in a sufficient time interval. Services to the client is provided by the service provider in contribution with the HR team. And the next category is, for the third one, the measure or standards of SLA. As ABC is expanding their business, so it will focus on quality and quantity of the material which are used to manufacture trucks. Both quantity and quality are the measures of ABC industry. These standards can be checked through satisfied customers, and if the employees are satisfied, they will increase their productivity, which the production will increase definitely. And the next category is monitoring SLA. Monitoring is very important in every organization. Without monitoring, any organization cannot catch the efficiency on time. If there is a problem or deficiency in the workplace, it can be verified through monitoring, and monitoring will be done on the monthly basis so that ABC will know that about any problem to coming to the industry. And the last is evaluating the SLA. Evaluating is the next step which is taken by ABC industry. After monitoring and evaluation, if there is any deficiency found while monitoring, it can be corrected through evaluation, so that in future the industry will face no problem related to the set objectives we are setting today.
Apart from this, I think that another objective, health and safety, must be added in the SLA.
Any different views on this?
Yes, health and safety is important for employees if the employees will feel safe in the environment and will be safe, then the work will be more effective and efficient. And
Health and safety are also reduce accidental rates of employees, which help satisfactory level of employees.
Safety is a major point to include in SLA, so we will discuss it through the. And the next topic to discuss is to document and communicate service specifications. Now I'm going to discuss the outlines of service specifications made by the ABC industry. Specification. Service specification is a document which include technical standards of services which is provided to the customers and employees as well. And the next is the scope of service specification in for ABC industry. It covers different areas, items and services such as production department and HR department. And in items it covers include the quality and the quantity related issues. And in services it covers new staff introduction and remuneration to the current staff so that they feel motivated. And external standards followed during service specifications are the standards which are followed by the organization. Legal and regulatory requirements. ABC industry will work under the rules and regulation of government without breaking the laws, and various acts like anti-discrimination law, consumer protection law, etc. need to be followed mostly. And internal standards followed during service specifications are the standards which are prepared by the various departments according to their needs. Different departments have their different rules and regulations which are to be followed by the department in a respective way as per their requirement. In some departments, like requirements is not necessary, but on the other hand, in some department recruitment is not so necessary, but the training is. And ABC industry will do recruitment by seeing the department's need. And the categorization of areas, items and services are divided into production department and HR department. Like they have the different process which are prepared by the ABC industry, and the both department have to work according to the process which is followed by the department step by step. Recruitment is an annual process and remuneration plan is based on the fixed salary and variable incentives on the monthly basis. Do you need anything?
yes, sir, I agree with you, but I think that time frame should also be included in it, as it should be for 1 year only, and each and every year it should be changed or revised so that as per the requirement.
Okay, thank you. I will convert. So let's discuss to the next topic, and this is mainly based on the training support the ABC industry require. And training is a method of teaching the current staff that helps to learn new skill or update their old skills. It is an essential need in every organization. Without training, ABC industry will not boost up employees' performance, which may lead to lesser production capacity. So, do you have any blue points between?
Yes, sir, I also think that if training will be there, new skills will be learned by employees, and it will boost their morale, and they will be motivated towards their goals.
Yes, sir, I agree with your point. It will also help to update all skills of our employees, and it is very beneficial for our company also.
So training is required because the new machines are installed in the our organization, so the employees are know that how to operate. So I think training is required according to the employees.
In my opinion, I think that firstly the training need must be analyzed. If the employees need training, then only we should provide them. Otherwise, it is not necessary.
So, as per your viewpoint, training has specific goals to improving staff capacity, productivity, and performance, and capability also. Training have to be done under the specific budget which is prepared by the ABC industry. Before providing training to the existing staff, ABC industry have to check which employee needs the training or which not. Training to the existing staff will help ABC in different ways, like we already discussed, and it helps employees in development of skills, knowledge, and etc. For training need, ABC industry will appoint the HR officers to check the staff whether they require training or not. And HR officers will check employees by various methods like observation, by asking questionnaires, and they will suggest employees that they are require training or not. So the next topic on the agenda is to arrange monitoring and the quality assurance processes. And quality assurance is the promise which is given to the customer on the behalf of quality. It is a way of checking mistakes and avoiding problem to the product which is delivered to the customer. Quality management will focus on the product of the quality which is provided to the target audience. And now I'm going to discuss some reasons why monitoring of quality assurance process is required. Number one, quality insurance helps the customer to increase their confidence against the product which is offered by the organization. And quality insurance helps organization to check and update the legal and regulatory requirements to that all the functions work according to these changes. Number three, quality insurance also helps to find mistake and problems related to the product. And the last is to quality insurance helps to improve or remove any problem in the product which we are having today. So, do you have any different points of view, please?
Yes, I also want to say that quality insurance is important because if there will be a quality insurance, we will get to know that where is the deficiency in our products. So we will remove it and
We will improve it.
improve it.
By monitoring the quality, we could give our customer full satisfaction.
Okay, so these are moving is to ensure that services are delivered by appropriate providers according to the service agreements and the operational plans. To ensure that services are delivered by these two service agreements and operational plans, points which needs to be discussed are like SLA for the services will include some of the points. Number one point is recruitment and selection services. In recruitment and selection services, ATC will appoint some service providers for fulfilling the service with the coordination of staff members. Responsibilities of service provider are such as in partnership with areas of organization. Develop and maintain recruitment policies and procedures which support the efficient and effective recruitment and selection of high quality staff at the organization. And develop and maintain tools and guidelines to support recruitment. And the selection practices at the organization, after keeping these responsibilities in mind, service provider will ensure service quality measures such as service provider have removed unnecessary barriers, understand and meet our client needs in timely manner. After these measures, organization will know that service provider has completed the work in the time efficient and effective manner. And another form is remuneration and condition services. In remuneration and condition services, ABC will also appoint some service providers for fulfilling the services. Responsibilities of service provider are such as support external HR reporting, superannuation and taxation administration, provide accurate and timely payroll services, including. And after keeping these responsibilities in mind, service provider provider will work on some service quality measures such as the remuneration and the conditions service provider will provide, and the organization wide payroll, personal services and advice which are valuable. Consistent, friendly and responsive within negotiated time frames and supportive of our client needs. Service provider will ensure remuneration and condition services with these measures. And for moving towards the next point, is to identify and rectify underperformance of human resource team or service providers, and this is also known as poor performance. ABC industry can identify poor performance by following ways like unacceptable behavior of employee in the workplace, unsatisfactory work performance by employees, and lack of coordination among other employees and negative attitude in the workplace. After identifying underperformance, ABC industry will rectify this in such a way like it can like we as the ABC can hire external sources or outsourcing an expert for specific time to identify and rectification of underperformances.
So with the help of rectify, we can also find out the deviation with which the customers are facing in the problem in our product.
Okay. And the last point to discuss is to identify appropriate return on investment of providing human resource services. Return on investment or ROI is a performance measure used to evaluate the efficiency of an investment or compare the efficiency of a number of different investments. ROI tries to directly measure the amount of return on a particular investment for calculating the return on investment. And ROI plays a very important role in human resource services for calculating ROI of human resource. ABC industry first have to calculate the worth every HR function brings in the organization. After implementing, it means that what ABC has invested and what return has given to our industry, like training, recruitment, etc. If returns are more than the cost, then ABC industry have a positive return on investment. So, do you guys think some more points can be added to this meeting? During this meeting, I would like to all of you to sign an agreement. This agreement includes a simple agreement of human resource services between the human resource team and service provider and the client groups. And the second document, it includes is specifying human resource service specifications, performance standard, and time frames. And the last document it includes is outlining the quality assurance processes of human resource services. So here is the document.